Hi everyone, welcome to Home Gene. If you've been watching my video on the pond project, you will see that I'm going to install a pond pump to circulate water around for both the benefit of the fish and for the plants that are in the water. Consideration was in regards to the ongoing cost of electricity. So what I was looking at was a comparison in regards to AC versus DC. And what I've settled on is the DC version of a pump, which is the Pond Max here. Looked at from here. It was slightly bigger than the one I was anticipating getting, however the store had run out of the smaller size, so I was able to get the EV2910 model for the same price as the 1910 for just over $200. However, having looked at the watts consumption, this uses 4 watts, slightly more than the AC version. This uses 24 watts of power versus 20 watts for the AC version. Nevertheless, it's done. It's a done deal now, so we'll just do the unboxing and just see what's in store for it. So what we have in the box is the various fittings. It looks like there's a fountain head in there, which is pretty good. Not all pumps come with fountain heads, so you usually have to buy a separate fountain head kit, and that's usually in the vicinity of about $30. But I do have lots of fountain kits left over from prior pumps, so I'm not going to go into that. Might not even have to use that at all. There's the various couplings and fittings to put it all together. This one being AC also comes with a power supply unit, a 10-metre cable. Now in Australia, DC you can just bury under the soil. You don't need to have an electrician to do that. That was one of the benefits of going with the DC voltage as opposed to AC. If I would have done AC, I would have had to put the cable between, I think, 500mm or 600mm below ground. I would have had to, obviously, to get it into conduit, I would have had to cut the plug off. And once you do that, it voids the warranty. Even though you might get an electrician to reconnect that, you can't do it yourself. It's illegal, but there's a 3-year warranty with both the AC pump and the DC pump. However, once you cut the plug off, that voids the warranty. So that was another reason why I went for the DC, because it's a pure dig a small trench, bury it, connect it onto the power board and onto the power supply, and away you go. In regards to maximum head lengths, this model here goes up to 2.1 meters, which is about 9.5 feet. So I only required 1.3 meters of height. That's as tall as my head will be. So it's ample. It's going to do that job ample. And there it is, the pump itself. You can see that's got quite a long cable on it. So that's the DC cable. That's 10 meters. This one's probably a couple of meters as well, which is the transformer back with the AC 10 amp plug. And so I will then put that outside, so that's great with that. The other thing I've got given is a sponge filter, which basically connects to the front of the unit once that's in there. At the moment it hasn't got the filter in there, but you can just take that off. Easier said than done. And then install the other one. I'm not sure, I haven't read the instructions in on how that works, but I'm sure that's just a matter of clicking it out and putting the other one in. You can get an optional larger filter if you wanted to, but I've only got 4 fish in there, so I don't anticipate there's going to be much wastage around. And that's about it. In there is the instruction manual as well, keeping that with the warranty information on there. And so therefore I'll take it outside and I shall.
To clean the filter, simply remove the pump from the pond, unclip the cage and take the filter to some water and run it under a tap until the the water runs clean.
The only maintenance that I can see you need to do on this pump is if the water stops flowing, is probably then just check the impeller. So it's a simple way of just snapping off the cover, removing the base plate. We've had a tug at this before, such. Turning this in an anti-clockwise direction and then removing the ceramic impeller, the shaft from its housing. So you can then just check the inside of the pump and make sure it's all right, and then obviously to put it back together you just do the inverse. So plug that back in, it's magnetic so it just pulls straight in. Clip that on from that direction where you're taking it off and turning it into a clockwise direction as such, returning the base plate to the unit and then putting on either that filter or the larger filter, whatever you've decided to do. And that's the way you carry out the maintenance on it. So it's pretty easy.